Hello, friends. I'm sorry that you're at home. We miss you already, but I wanted to send you an activity in case you wanted to stay busy at home and keep those minds and fingers going. So this is Miss Cheryl, your OT, and I sent some things to your parents. If they're able to print it off, that'd be wonderful. If not, parents, this is what you can do. One thing I'm going to have you do is we're just going to work on tracing shapes. So if for some reason you don't have a printer, you can just take a marker and on a piece of paper, either draw dots, or even if it's like a yellow or orange marker, you can do that and have your child trace it. So don't worry if you don't have a printer. But if you do, this is the activity that I sent home. So the first thing we're going to do, we're talking about weather this week. And right now it's kind of a cold winter day. We haven't had a lot of snow, but the weather changes. So you just never know what you're going to get. So, but on this paper, we have a rainbow and a sunshine, and then we've got some shapes and we have some clouds. So parents, if you want, you can cut this piece off and so that it's ready for your child, and that'll be easier to cut. If you have an older student that's getting ready to go to kindergarten, they may be able to cut across that sheet. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some tracing, and then we're going to do some copying of those shapes. So I'm going to get a crayon out here. And parents, if you don't have small broken crayons, feel free to break it. If your child is struggling to hold it, if you break it like that, the only way they can hold it is kind of with a mature grasp. They have a big crayon. Sometimes your kiddos, especially if they're younger, are going to hold it like this, or even like this. So feel free to break those crayons, and we're going to do some tracing. So kids, are you ready? This first shape is called a circle. So I want you to use I'll do it over here, alligator fingers, and you're going to hold your crayon like this. If you have a marker, you can do the same thing. You can use your alligator fingers and hold the marker like this. But we're going to trace this first shape, which is a circle. I want you to take your time and trace that circle. Okay. After we do that, we're going to draw our circle. We're going to go around and stop. Our next shape is a square. So what I want you to do is we're going to trace it like this. This is the way that I teach the kiddos to draw a square. So we're going to go down, down, over, over. That way they get corners. A lot of times if kiddos are just tracing, they're going to trace it like this or draw it like that, and it tends to be more like a circle. So we're going to try it here. We're going to go down, down, over, and over, and we have drawn a square. Now this next shape is a star. So this one, we're not going to copy it, but we're just going to trace it because that's a little hard for our kiddos, but I've got an idea what we're going to do. So we're going to go, just try and go nice and slow and stay on those lines, just like this. And it's really important, kiddos, to take your time. Sometimes when you hurry, you're not doing your best work. So let's take your time. In this shape, I want to draw a triangle. I know it's not a star, but our star, if you were draw lines between them, has lots of triangles. You don't have to do that, but see how there's triangles in it? So I want to draw a triangle right here. So we're going to start at the top. We're going to go down the slide, back to the top. We're going to go down the slide, and then we're going to go over, and we have drawn a triangle. This next one is a heart. A heart. Just going to go around and trace it like that. And this one, this is a little tricky. The shape I want you to try is we're going to try an X, and this won't, your little ones who are just 3 are not going to be able to do that. But if you're a big kid, like getting ready to go to kindergarten, you should be able to do this. So try really hard. You're going to go down the slide to make an X. Just do your best. If you can't do that, that's okay. Then we're going to do our cutting. So here's our sheet of paper. Here are our scissors. What I tell my friends is to put the little hole towards your belly. That way your thumb, the way your finger goes, will go right in there. So We're going to pick them up like this, and we're going to put our thumb up to the sky. Parents, one trick I have taught my kiddos sometimes is I draw, like just take a marker and draw. I guess you can see it here. I'm going to draw just a dot on my thumb. That way I'm going to tell them, make that go up to the sky. So I'm going to put my fingers in, and look, that dot is going to go up to the sky. We're going to hold the paper with our left hand, or our helper hand, in case you're left-handed. It's going to be your helper hand's going to hold the paper, and you're going to cut, just like that. Now, parents, if your kiddo is little, like 3, and they're just learning to cut, you might have to help them hold it and guide them to cut towards the line. We're just going to try and cut on the line just like that, and just like that, and we've cut our 4 shapes. Now we're going to glue them in the box. So we're going to cover the shapes that we've drawn, but we're going to match. So we're going to look at all of our pictures here. I'm going to find the cloud that looks like a circle, and it's right here. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to open my glue. I'm going to put some glue right in the picture of where we drew our circle, and I'm going to put my circle cloud. The next one is a square. So I'm going to look up here. I'm going to get my square. I'm going to glue it right beside my square. Just like that. The next one I want is this one here, the one that was already drawn for me, the star. So I'm going to look, that's not a star. This is the star. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to glue it right down here where you tried to draw the triangle. And we're going to glue the star. We have one more, the heart. That's our last shape, the heart. So we're going to glue it where we drew the X, like that. Then your kiddo, friends, you can color the rainbow. What you can do your best, you can try and stay in the lines like this. Remember, use your pinchy grasp and color in the lines like that. You can get another color and color in the rainbow. Just do your best to stay in the lines. And if you want to take your time, which I would love, take your time and color this, you can pause the video because I'm going to go to the next thing, but you can take your time, color that. You can come down here. You can color the clouds like this. You can color the shapes that we drew, just doing your best to try and stay in the lines. You can color the sunshine, all like that. If you're a big kid and you're getting ready to go to kindergarten, I would love for you to try and trace your name. If you're younger, you can trace it. If you're bigger, try and copy it. So parents, if your child is working on their name, you can write it down for them to copy. If they're younger, you could have them trace. So I might take a yellow crayon and I'm going to write my name. My name is Miss Cheryl. And so parents, you can write their name just like this. I always try and emphasize uppercase first letter, lowercase the rest of the letters, so that they're learning good habits. So when they go to kindergarten, then if your child is old enough, they can try and copy it down here. If they are not quite there yet, which I don't expect my 3-year-olds to be able to do that, they can work on just starting to trace their name. Just go on top of the yellow, just like that. But you're going to do it with your name. All right. Okay. The next thing we're going to do, I sent this picture, which is a snowflake. You can do a couple of different things. If you want to just color the snowflake, you can do that. What we're going to do here at school is we're going to take some paper. We're going to use colored paper. If you don't have colored paper, you can just use white paper. It does not matter. And we're going to practice cutting. If you can, we're just going to cut all the way. Here we can see it. All the way across paper. And you want kind of little pieces like that. You have scrap paper. If you don't have construction paper, you could use newspaper. You could use the the ads from the newspaper, the colorful ads, whatever you want. And I'm just going to cut different pieces of paper like this first. So I'm gonna do 3 different colors just because I can. But if you don't have it, it's okay. So we're just gonna cut, keeping our thumb up to the sky, cut all the way across. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this paper and tear it. This is a real important skill, but it's really hard sometimes for your fingers. So work really hard at it. But this will get your fingers nice and strong. But you're gonna take it, you got to use both hands, and you're gonna tear little pieces of paper. So you're going to just tear, tear, tear. While you're tearing, I'm not going to tear the whole thing just because you don't want to sit and watch me tear it all. I'm going to tear all my different colors. Again, if you've got newspaper, use that. You could use, like I said, the paper that comes, that the grocery ads. But I'm just going to make all these different colors. And I want them little. So you can work on that. Parents, if your child's struggling with it, put your hands over their hands and just help them tear. It can be hard for little hands because they're not always as strong as our bigger hands. So if you want, pause it, do all your tearing. You're going to need lots of little pieces. And then we're going to just glue them on our snowflake. So we're going to put some glue down. You could do all different things. You could do all one row blue or whatever color you have. You can mix it up. Oh, I just blew all my paper. But see, this is how I'm going to do it. And we're just going to decorate our snowflake just like this. Nothing fancy. Do whatever you want. That's a fun thing about arts and crafts. You can do whatever you want. Then I can even do the little pieces like this. A little piece. And I'll do a little piece. Just like that, friends. Just to have fun. But if you don't have other paper you can do, you can just color it whatever you want. Or if you don't have it, you don't want to decorate it, just tear big pieces of paper. If you don't have the printer and can't make the snowflake, you could either have parents, you could either draw some lines like a snowflake, or you could take regular paper and just tear big pieces of paper and make a collage. Like I could just tear other pieces of paper like this and just glue it on. They wouldn't have to be quite as small. And I could just use different pieces like this, just glue them on like this, and you can make art, whatever you want. Like I said, use the newspaper, whatever you've got. So that's what we've got today. So I hope you guys are doing well at home. Have fun, rest, read books, just use those fingers. You can help maybe mom or dad make your dinner by taking a piece of bread. I don't know why my camera's doing all funny things. Take bread and maybe spread some butter or peanut butter on it using those 2 hands together. You could practice, zipping your coat, put it on and just practice zipping. Just all kinds of things. Get those fingers active and try and have a great time at home. Miss you guys so much already. We'll see you soon.